Hey guys, I'm Elegant and Chew and welcome to another update vlog. But before I get into the updates, I want to say thank you for 150 subscribers because I gained 150 subscribers today. So I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers and all my supporters for all the support I've been getting, to be quite fair, because 150 is quite a good milestone, I think. But I'm not going to do a subscriber special just yet because I am busy with things and exams and stuff. But as I've said before, I will do a subscriber special and a sort of video for all my supporters and things at the start of summer, and I'll start a new Let's Play and everything as well, so look forward to that in probably a month or so. So last week I did say Cora scans would be here in 2 weeks, and luckily they were here this week. We got them early, so I'm sorry I was a little bit wrong, but it's kind of a good thing that we got them early. So yeah, there's quite a bit of information to talk about this week, so I'll try to hurry up to get through it all, but don't worry, I'll do it all in as much detail as I can. So in the sidebars at the moment, you will see the first page, and what we do see is Alda, Bianca, En, and Sharon. We also see the starters as well on the other side, but I don't think that's really of importance. It's just some fancy art to look at, I think. But yeah, there's a bit of information on these characters, but first of all I want to say that the characters are a little bit different. Their animations and the sprites are a little bit different. They're a little bit more of the new style, like Pokemon have sort of got a new style of animation for the new games, which is a little bit different because they all have a sort of a more childish, cartoony sort of look. If you get what I'm saying, they all have a similar sort of look. I suppose the other reason for that is because the times have moved on and they've changed what they look like, but I think particularly Bianca looks a bit better because she really looked a bit of a bimbo before. No offence to Bianca, but yeah, she's still not the best, but she's better than she was before, I must say. But let's get into what they actually are, what the differences are, and what's new. So Bianca, she actually gives you your first Pokemon in this game. So Bianca's a little bit older than you, a little bit more experienced because it is in the future of the first Black and White game. She's not really going to play a part in the story so far. She might do, but we don't really know. She does give you first Pokemon. That's pretty much all we know about her. Sharon, this is quite interesting. He's a normal type gym leader. I don't know why he's a normal type gym leader. First reason, I don't know what's going to happen to Lenora. I don't know why she's not a gym leader anymore, because Lenora was the original normal type gym leader. And also, what did he do with his Snivy? Because Snivy's not a normal type, it's a grass type. Well, I played with Oshawott when I played Black and White, so that's why he had a Snivy. If you played with, like, Tepig, he would have had an Oshawott, and if you had a Snivy, he would have had a Tepig. So I don't know what he did with that. Maybe it just didn't count it in this game. So yeah, he is a normal type gym leader, which is quite odd. Alda appears quite early on in the game to sort of give you a guide through the game, but I don't know if he's still a champion or not. We don't know if he is still champion of Unova, or whether maybe the original Black and White character is actually in the game like Red was for Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and I think Red was there in the original Gold, Silver, Crystal. But yeah, we don't know if Alda's still the champion, or maybe if the playable character from the original Black and White is the champion, or somebody else. We don't know about that. And as for En is just stood there looking pretty cool, and he's all fancy and unknown as usual, because in the original Black and White game, En was a bit unknown and a bit of a mysterious character. And he still is, because we have no idea where En is. Yeah, we know where everybody else is, but apparently En is off somewhere and nobody knows where he is. So since he's shown there, I'm assuming he will come into the storyline at some point. But at the moment, we don't know when or where. So let's move on to the second page now, because we've sort of dried up the information for the first page. On the second page, you will see something I've actually tweeted about this week, and also I think I might have posted it on YouTube, but I definitely tweeted about it. And you'll see the new forms of Landorus, Thundurus, and Tornadus, I think that's how we pronounce it. It's bizarre. New forms of these Pokemon. There's got new forms of every single Pokemon in the game. Well, not every single Pokemon. Of the new legendaries, in fact, there's Meloetta as well, who's got different forms. It's quite bizarre. We've got Reshiram, Zekrom, Kyurem, Thunderous, Landorus, Tornadus, and Meloetta who have different forms in this game. So it's kind of crazy that there's so many new forms, but it's what Pokemon want to do. So, these new forms are called the Sacred Beast forms. We don't know what they do yet. I think they raise attack and certain stats of the Pokemon, but we don't really know why they have different forms. But the original forms were actually called the Incarnation form. We didn't know that before because we didn't know they had another form, so they've sort of given the name of the Incarnation form to the original forms of the three sort of sky Pokemon, the Landorus, Thunderous, and Tornadus. So they've got new forms. We don't know much else about that, but there's so much new information that I didn't think we'd be getting. But yeah, on to the third page. You will see Pokemon, well, Pokewood is what it's called. It's sort of a movie place. I mean, I think I've mentioned the thing before. I've called it a movie place. I don't think I've mentioned Pokewood, but it's sort of like a Pokemon Hollywood, sort of stealing Hollywood's name. But yeah, it's kind of what he does is a little bit bizarre. That's not been seen in Pokemon. What you do is you go in and you sort of, I think you battle or you do something and you create a movie. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you create a movie and we don't know if it's judged by people or you're in a competition or anything so far, but we just know you create a movie and afterwards you can watch it, which is a little bit bizarre, but if that's what Pokemon want to do, that's what they can do. I'm actually quite looking forward to this because it seems like it's going to be pretty cool. We really don't know much more about it, but what it does include is Leader Bryson. Leader Bryson, the 7th type gym leader, the Ice type gym leader of the game, is actually featured in the Pokewood. And what the storyline behind it is that Leader Bryson wants to be a movie star and he tries to feature in several films, but he becomes in a conflict with Haruka, I think that's... Oh no, Homika, sorry. Homika, the I think it was the Poison type gym leader, the girl with the guitar, which you'll see in the little snapshot, screenshot, or scan of the Korokoro magazine as well, of her father. So Leader Bryson comes in conflict with her father, so maybe Homika's... Is that how he... Yeah, I think it's Homika. Homika's father must run the what do you call it, the movie theatre or something, because I don't know why otherwise they would come in conflict, or maybe he was an actor as well, so that's quite strange. Pokewood could be the new sort of theatre, because in Black and White there was the theatre in what was it, the Nimbasa City, sorry. Yeah, it was in the theatre in Nimbasa City, which was the placement for Pokemon contests, so it could be like the new Pokemon contest, Pokemon theatre kind of thing. And I think it might be, but we don't know how we can like have a competition in that so far. But anyway, let's continue with the information. I've just realised 8 minutes, this is going to be hell to render if I don't hurry up. So I'll try to hurry up, but I won't like skip things, because I want to give you guys as much information as I can. So the 4th page, so you'll see a change in the sidebars, and you'll see the 4th page, and what you will see is a bunch of gym leaders and a bunch of trainers and a bunch of people from older games, which is quite strange because we've had a bunch of older Pokemon from the older games, but we've not seen all these new people, these old people, sorry, in the new games. Why are they there? And the reason being that there's a new feature called Pokemon World Tournament, and what that does is where you can feature like old gym leaders and people like that, where you can go battle them. And the gym leaders that are shown are Cynthia. Well, she's not a gym leader; she's a Pokemon champion. But Cynthia, Gary, Brock, Misty, Giovanni, Volkner, Steven, and Lance. So that's quite strange, really. I didn't expect Pokemon to incorporate older gym leaders into the game, but I think a lot of people will like that, because a lot of people don't like all the new characters and want all the older characters in the games, and they'll criticise them for that. And really, I would point out that Steven's in there, because Steven is the champion of Hoenn, and that could hint on Hoenn Remix, but really there's Cynthia as the champion as well, and there's Gary as the champion, and you know, so I really doubt that the fact that Steven's there really hints to anything, so it's quite interesting. So far, we don't know if there's any other gym leaders, but I'm guessing that there maybe you'll be able to unlock other gym leaders like you do in with the gym leader rematches in the Heart Gold Soul Silver games. So that's probably what it's gonna be. But what it does look like is that it sort of looks like the Battle Frontier. Well, from what I've seen in the little screenshots in it. And maybe the gym leaders and Cynthia and Lance and Steven and all of them, maybe they're like the battle, what they're called, the Frontier Brains. So I don't know, they sort of look like that. So yeah, that's all we really know about the Pokemon World Tournament. Let's hope we can get some more information on that because it's quite interesting what they're doing with it. So let's move on to the last pages. There's 2 or 3 last pages to do. But what these show is sort of the Meloetta, the giveaway of Meloetta for the first pages. What they show is the special giveaway of Meloetta in the movie in Japan. And what it also does show is that the Meloetta changes form in Castelia City in Pokemon Black and White 2. It doesn't change form in the original Pokemon Black and White. But in Castelia City, you'll see where Meloetta somehow will change form in Castelia City, in Black and White 2, sorry. And from the original Black and White game, you did see that little cafe building that talked about Meloetta. I can't remember exactly what they said, but there was a little cafe down a back street. So maybe that's something to do with Meloetta, because we couldn't really do anything with that in the original Black and White game, so that's probably where you actually change the forms of Meloetta. And the other sort of scans that you'll see of the other pages is about the Pokemon anime. Just a little bit of a quick update for the Pokemon anime. Since there is a sequel to Black and White, which is Black and White 2. Sorry, I had my fingers up a bit too early there. So yeah, since there is a new Black and White, it's a sequel. They're going to make a sequel with the anime. So what they're going to do is they're going to switch over from the original Black and White to Black and White 2. So what they're going to do is the second series of Best Wishes, which I always found was quite a weird name because it's as if the same guy. Let's really hope that it's not the last series of Pokemon. So just forget what I said there because it's kind of irrelevant because you probably didn't know what I meant. So ignore what I said about the Best Wishes bit. But yeah, it's going to be the second season of Best Wishes, even though we've already had the second season. It's sort of the whole second season, if you get what I mean. There's sort of a new start to the anime, and what it features is Pokemon from the older games, like the game sequels are going to include, and the new Meloetta forms. Sorry about that, but the new Meloetta forms, and also it's going to feature Team Rocket. The anime is going to teach the new Team Rocket plot, which brings Giovanni, Cynthia, and Dawn into the storyline. So what that could mean is we could be seeing Team Rocket as the antagonists in Black and White 2, the game. So like that was sort of in response to my question of the week last week, because I asked you who do you think are going to be antagonists, and since like Team Rocket's going to play such a big role in the anime, maybe they're going to play a role in the game, but I could just be jumping to conclusions because Team Rocket always feature in the anime. But that's quite interesting. But yeah, they're going to bring Giovanni, Cynthia, and Dawn into play into the anime, so that's quite strange because we haven't really seen people from like older generations in the series of Pokemon in the newer ones, like for like an extended amount of time. So that's another thing that they're doing quite new. So really, that's about it for the scans and the information. I'm sorry it's been so long, about 15 minutes, so I'll try to hurry up. So let's go into the question of the week. So this week's question of the week is, what do you think of Black and White? What do you think of Black and White 2 featuring like a lot of characters and Pokemon from the older games? Like, for example, in the Pokemon World Tournament, you see Brock, Misty, Lance, and all those people. So what do you think about that? And my response to that is probably I really like it, because I do love the new like storyline that they added to Black and White, and I do love like all the older characters, and I really like how they're sort of mixing the two things together, because I mean a lot of people hate the new games because they don't have all the old Pokemon and all the trainers in it, but now they're adding all the old Pokemon and all the trainers and stuff, and they're getting the best of both worlds. They're getting the really good storyline and the really good sort of graphics and things they added to Pokemon Black and White, and mixing that with all the old classic Pokemon things that everybody loves. So I think that's a very good idea. So don't forget to comment on the question of the week. So I'm going to say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week.